We learned a lot from this pay-per-view that's called Hell in a Cell. Multiple things. Like, for instance, the Beast is back. Also, WWE was able to put on a pay-per-view where the matches were actually consistently good.
Yeah.
Except for one ending was kind of wonky as fuck, but we'll get there. And it's red.
Ugh.
The cage was red.
I don't like a lot of things we learned.
Kool-Aid cage.
Hell yeah.
Hey, there we go. God, somebody superimpose a Kool-Aid Man face over the cell. Please, do it.
It had to have happened. If it happened, it's on the screen right now. But yeah.
Let's talk about what happened.
Yeah,
Go
holy
over
shit.
the results.
Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, like, the match is broad.
We enjoyed ourselves watching Hell in a Cell. Usually after a pay-per-view, we're like, okay, I had a
couple matches were good, but
no, Hell in a Cell. Good fucking job.
Everybody just kind of brought it.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good day.
Everybody came to play.
It was not a good Rusev Day because our pre-show opened up with the New Day retaining the SmackDown Tag Team titles over Rusev Day. Randy Orton defeated Jeff Hardy in the first of 2 Hell in a Cell matches. Becky Lynch is the new SmackDown Women's Champion after defeating Charlotte. Dolph and Drew retained their Raw Tag Team titles over Dean and Seth. AJ Styles is still the WWE Champion, sort of, technically, kind of, just because the referee didn't see him tap out, but he did defeat Samoa Joe.
Referees can say it's final, so.
Exactly. The Miz and Maurice defeated Daniel and Brie Bella. Ronda Rousey defeated Alexa Bliss and is still the Raw Women's Champion. And in the main event, no contest. So, he fucking called it. So...
No, Clairvoyant called it.
Well, you agreed with Clairvoyant.
It's true.
I mean, you didn't say like, oh yeah, I don't believe him with his no contest thing.
Well,
like,
I'm not going to believe somebody who claims to be able to see the future.
That's true. So that was smart. But yeah, no, nobody won. So Roman Reigns is still the Universal Champion.
Boof.
Big dog. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but prior to it becoming a no contest, it still was not a bad match. And had fun interference.
The interference was my favorite part, other than Brock Lesnar. The stuff that happened outside of the cell was my favorite part. But yeah, I guess Roman and Braun did okay.
Mick was there too.
Yep, he didn't bump, so
No.
good for you.
He fell over on the outside though.
He did.
Paul Heyman fucking maced him.
Yeah.
That was.
I mean, that's the same thing he did to Roman Reigns prior
but Mick
to
is old.
SummerSlam, so.
Mick is old.
That's true. But he's still Mick Foley.
What
did you like?
In the mouth.
What did you like?
What did I like?
You gotta choose.
I liked that I liked the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like, can that be a thing? Like,
I mean, that's kind of the thing. We're both really shocked that we're like, hey, Hell in a Cell was a good show.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go out and just say the Raw Women's Championship match is my like.
Yeah,
Ronda.
The story was good.
Being on the defensive for a majority of the match and it not looking like total garbo. And also Ronda busting out new moves.
Yeah, and
she's picking up
also
the wrestling game.
The fact, not only that gut wrench powerbomb is awesome, but also the fact that because she was selling the ribs and she couldn't get the spin off of her finishing move, and she did the roll instead.
Yeah.
Fuck yes, Ronda, that was fantastic. She's
taking to the wrestling thing so well.
She's doing great. I was less than enthused with the. There were a couple little wonky spots with like the slow fall off the dive that, like, she hucked Alexa Bliss out and like Mickey and Alicia fell in slow motion. Well, they could have done without that, but the rest of it was fantastic. Ronda
they probably
did
just
great.
caught Alexa for a split second and was like, "Oh yeah, we're supposed to fall," because Alexa's so small and light, they could just easily just.
They Johnny Cage where it's like, this is where you fall down.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I thought it was a good match.
It was.
Probably my favorite match that Ronda's had so far, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it might be up there.
I mean, the WrestleMania one's still like up there for me.
Yeah, it's that
was fun just to watch her like punch Triple H a bunch.
Yeah. I want to give my like to the SmackDown Women's Championship match because holy shit, that match was like, I knew the match was going to be good because it's you can't really have a bad match with Becky Lynch and Charlotte, but I just appreciated the pace of the match, the story, the surprise end. I wasn't expecting it to end. I mean, I was expecting Charlotte to win, and so on top of Becky winning, I wasn't expecting Becky to win like that. Like, she didn't use a disarmer. It wasn't like a finishing move. It was a roll through off of the spear, which was amazing. So there's so many layers to the match, and then just the added little like attitude from Becky where Charlotte was like, "Hey, I want to raise your hand." She's like, "No, this is my moment. I'm not gonna let you take this away from me," and just left Charlotte standing in the ring. So
yeah,
I'm digging. I don't give a fuck, Becky. This is fantastic.
A lot of people are.
Yeah. What did you love?
The Raw Tag Team Championship match.
That was amazing.
My God, it was good. They did such a good job building up for Dean Ambrose's hot tag.
I appreciated the fact that not only did Dean and Dolph got Dean and Drew got the hot tag, but then again Seth and Dolph both got one.
Yeah.
And it seemed like every time I was like, okay, this is where they should build up to an end. They had like another gear that they went into. Yeah. It was so much fun.
And the finish just being a surprise Claymore kick while Seth was in the middle of a move.
Yeah. Halfway to a Falcon Arrow, and he got kicked in the face by Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, which, I mean, did lead to, like, Dolph getting a brain buster.
Yeah.
But, Drew was able to carry him away, so...
That was hysterical. Just the complete, like, where the fuck am I look on Dolph while both of the titles were hanging there, and Drew's just like, fuck yeah, we won. Dolph's like, like, Dolph didn't fucking know where he was.
Yeah, and they almost had me convinced for half a second that because of how hard they went in that tag match, that they weren't, like, neither team was actually going to show up at the Hell in a Cell.
That's true. That's very true. It was, fantastic, guys. And, okay, so you're just loving for Raw. I'm going to go back to SmackDown because Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton fucking ruined each other in the Hell in a Cell match.
And capital ruined on Randy Orton.
Oh, I appreciated Randy Orton going into this. The fact that he is on a limited schedule and he got the shit kicked out of him in this match. So much more respect to Randy Orton. Well, whether it's the welts on his back,
the holes in his back,
the hole in his leg. Holy shit! And then Jeff Hardy. I mean, this motherfucker's 40 years old and still doing shit like, Randy Orton suplexing him forward on the hinge of a ladder. Then this motherfucker monkey bars himself across the Hell in a Cell and swing splashes himself through a fucking table. Jeff, you're 40. You don't have to do this shit. We know that you're cool. You don't have to do it. But you do it anyway because you're ridiculous. There you go. This was the match that I was looking forward to the most, and the fact that they opened it with this match, I was like, oh man, like I'm gonna hate the rest of this pay-per-view. But at least, this match gave me exactly what I wanted. I also love the fact that after all the hell that Randy Orton went through, they put so much focus on Jeff that the crowd was still chanting for Jeff, and now Randy can come back and go, really? You're still cheering for Jeff Hardy because he went through a table? You're still cheering for Jeff Hardy because he got thrown onto a ladder? I left pieces of me in that ring, and you're not giving me the respect. And I'm so excited that this feud can keep going because it's great, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Great job, both guys.
Yeah, I honestly think this is where the feud's ending. Because I don't foresee, especially with the whole, medical updates on Jeff Hardy throughout the night, talking about him having internal injuries, I think he's gone for a minute.
Oh, yeah. No, and I even think Randy Orton has gone for a minute. Because, he's, the fact that he's on a part-time schedule, I think
he's going to come out and cut a promo.
You think he'll be there on SmackDown?
I think he'll promo on SmackDown.
Okay. That might be...
And it's going to lead to whichever next SmackDown hero he wants to get rid of.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he did kind of finish things with Jeff. I'm interested to see what this does to Jeff. Like, where does Jeff go? Does Jeff come back for retribution on Randy Orton, or does he become obsolete? Does he become Brother Nero-esque? Like, I'm interested to see what...
He's going to go over to Raw and team with Bray.
Nah. I mean, that'd be cool. I'm all for it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Did you dislike anything?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know. I was trying to figure out what ending you were talking about.
The mixed tag match.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
It's not even that it was weird. It was just very poorly executed.
Maurice has never been strong in the ring.
She's never been strong in the ring. Despite being a 2-time champion, she was 2-time champion at probably the weakest women's division in WWE's history.
She's a 2-time Divas champion.
Yeah. And not even saying like being a Divas champion was bad. It's just...
No, because we had good Divas champions.
Yeah, it's just, at that point, that was not a good division.
Right.
Comparatively. I'm not saying there weren't good people in the division at the time. But nobody was being utilized well.
Right.
And we saw that, like, it was very not great when they had, like, they put them as the main event of SmackDown.
I will say that both of them were better in this match than they were on SmackDown.
Yeah. But then to have them do an ending where... Because I think it was just supposed to be the O'Connor roll where the other person just, like, keeps rolling and, like... O'Connor rolls the other person, probably with the tights.
Yeah, no.
They cheat. But what ended up happening was Maurice ended up they wonkified the O'Connor roll. They fell over, and then Maurice just ended up like with a regular pin on Brie that looked like she had no actual leverage, and somehow Brie didn't kick out.
Well, because she did go for the tights because she had kind of like the upper hand a little bit and went for the tights. So yeah, it was a little wonky, but I mean, I've seen worse.
I have.
Mostly during like the Divas title run. But it definitely could have been.
Yeah, it just looked way too kick-outable.
Yeah.
Because Brie had taken, like, 0 damage, pretty much.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it looked hardly anything like there was not even weight on her shoulders.
Right. And I think they really could have benefited, if especially if they're trying to put heat on Miz and Maurice, I think they really could have benefited of having the Miz very much involved in how Brie got pinned. Like, especially if it was that type of a pin, like, he could have, like, held her foot down or something.
Like that, yeah.
So, but, what are you going to do?
I'm assuming I know what your dislike is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know exactly what it is, because...
The return of Mark Laser.
I mean, here's the thing. I understand that Brock Lesnar coming in and destroying both guys is about the only way that a no contest could really make sense. But at the same time, I'm supposed to believe that both Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns getting an F5 and getting hit with table pieces was enough to put them both down when they had trained to be in a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Like, it would have made way more sense if if a bunch of Raw guys had come out and got involved. It would have made way more sense if you had all the shit that happened on top of the cell go into the cell and cause this chaos that you end up knocking Mick Foley down and then the other referee's the one that waves it off. That would have made more sense in the context of everything, and I wouldn't have felt like, I wouldn't have felt like Braun and Roman could get back up if there was 4 other guys involved.
Yeah, my complaint, my actually biggest complaint about that match in particular, comes from like the we can only focus on one thing at a time aspect of the match.
Yeah.
Because Braun and Roman were down for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and they hadn't really done anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Except for like the excessive use of the stairs.
So like, you know, I can see it becoming a no contest if we're to believe, like, if we were to believe that Braun and Roman had put each other through enough to be down for 5 minutes, Lesnar coming in and beating them both up.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it just seemed like they hadn't warranted being that beat up yet.
Yeah.
Considering like the other matches they've had, like ambulance matches and
Exactly.
last man standing
and
matches.
that was my thing. Is like you're going into a match that is considered one of the most dangerous matches in WWE, and so you trained for the most dangerous match, and you're gonna go down because you got hit with a piece of table and an F5. Brock deserves to take the title back at this point because y'all are a bunch of bitches. And now Braun Strowman has failed his cash in.
Yeah, that's actually like as an outcome perspective, that's my least favorite part.
Yeah, because they built Braun up so much, and that should have been his moment, whether he was heel or not. So now is he kind of babyface again because Brock is the dick? Like
I don't think so. I think what they're gonna play.
I don't think Brock's gonna be around enough to really.
They're gonna play. Braun is still the heel. Roman is still the face, and Brock is gonna be the guy in the middle that doesn't give a crap which way he goes.
So do we do a triple threat at?
Probably Survivor
Series.
Yeah,
It would have to be. Yeah, because the shows in October are Evolution and Super Showdown.
Yeah.
And Brock ain't going to be at either of those. Don't show up at Evolution, you piece of shit, I swear to God.
F5, the cast of Glow, all at the same time.
The only reason you're allowed to be there is if Sable shows up. And I don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, so what? We get a month and a half of no Brock, and then we build up for Survivor Series?
Who knows? I'm not sure. It was a weird ending.
Yeah.
I'm curious where it goes from here, because, I mean, I honestly thought Brock was gone. Like, I thought he was done.
Yeah. I was hoping he was done. Now he's fucking back. I don't like it.
You know, as long as it keeps to potentially where Kurt Angle says that he's never giving Brock a title match again, you know, I will be...
Here's the thing.
It's Constable Corbin now.
Yeah. Kurt Angle's not in charge anymore.
I will be okay with this Brock return if he doesn't win the belt again.
I don't think he's going to win the belt again.
Yeah.
I feel wholeheartedly that he is not going to win the belt again.
Like
I just don't want
have
him
a championship match if he doesn't win the belt. Like, I don't care who he feuds with, you know, as long as Brock doesn't take another belt.
Yeah. There's no point in giving him a championship.
Because I understand it's a financial thing, it's a business thing. Brock is pay-per-view buys for whatever reason.
Those matches are the same.
So I understand. He's a hype machine. He comes along with the biggest hype machine possible in Paul Heyman. You know,
give Paul Heyman the title.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman versus Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman for the Universal title. Survivor Series.
Versus Brock Lesnar.
Fuck that. He doesn't need to be there. He can bah on the outside. He did that.
I just want to... You know what? He just created a fantasy thing in my head that I think would be hysterical.
Okay.
What if you had to make Brock Lesnar cut a 3-minute promo hyping up how badass Paul Heyman is? Where Paul Heyman doesn't say anything, he just does the thing where Brock Lesnar, you know, does the whole, like, bounces up and down in the ring. And Brock has to wear a suit.
I honestly don't think... Well, okay, I've seen Brock Lesnar wear a suit, so I could see that happening. And I could see Brock Lesnar getting on the microphone. But I don't think he speaks more than 15 words before he does not believe a thing he says. And the promo falls apart.
That's fair.
And that's being generous. 15 words in a Brock Lesnar promo is generous. But anyway, despite...
It's about how far he can get before he starts cussing.
Exactly. So despite the couple of weird endings that we didn't quite like, Hell in a Cell fucking brought it.
Yeah.
And you won.
I did.
You won 5-3.
5-3.
It's about time you win a pay-per-view.
That nullifies all the punishments I haven't yet.
I mean, it really does at this point because we're not... I don't think
It's been way too long. Nobody remembers what they are.
Nobody watches the pay-per-view. No, nobody watches the pay-per-view punishments anyway. Yeah. I watch them over again because I think they're hilarious. I think we're hilarious.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do them just for my benefit.
Okay.
Okay. But with that being said, that was our review for WWE Hell in a Cell, guys. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Click the links down below.
There are a lot of social media links.
There's also a podcast link. It might work.
That's what's a SoundCloud, where you won't get this, actually.
Nope, but you get all of our regular reviews in podcast form, if it's working. And there's Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's Reasonable with a W. Like wrestling.
Where there's a list of Kevin Hart, Question of the Week with Thomas Wolf, other videos that are loosely based around wrestling.
Is that where we post the punishment videos, too?
Yes.
Yeah, so if there's a... Go over there where you'll see me pour fire ants down his pants.
That is not going to fucking happen.
For losing a Hell in a Cell.
Nope. That was not agreed upon.
Check us out over there where I pour ice cubes down his pants.
That's not gonna happen either.
Check us out over there where I put clairvoyant in his pants.
That's a different channel. But there are always, every single month, there are unboxing videos. There should be a brand new one coming up very, very soon.
Very soon.
It'll be the Best of the Indies 4. Where we have a guaranteed AJ Styles shirt coming in.
Okay.
That's going to be great. So look forward to all of that. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Also, if you haven't heard it yet, fuck Modus.
Fuck Brock Lesnar.
Man, that guy.
Because he was there.
You know what?
He shouldn't have been.
Fuck Mason Ryan, too.